So I'll let you do the introduction.
Oh, are we live yet?
Not yet.
I was going to say, how will I know when we're live?
Okay, we're live now.
Come up on my phone.
Let's see if it comes up.
Are we live?
I'll just check. Yep, we're live.
Okay. Okay, good evening to everyone, and welcome to the Great Big Staffordshire Day Quiz. I'm Sue Neil Boxley from CPRE Staffordshire. That's the campaign to protect rural England, the Staffordshire group. I have with me today Grace O'Connell, who is one of our volunteers, and she's going to be hosting the quiz this evening. But first of all, I'll just deal with some of the housekeeping. Basically, you can enter as an individual, a couple, a family, or even a group of friends if you've got the technology or you're meeting within the current COVID guidelines to take the quiz as a small group. You will need to type or write your answers as we go along. Probably easiest if you can to type them into an email or a Word or plain text file. Or if you write them down, you can photograph or scan them to submit them or type them up if you're quick at typing. The quiz has got 3 rounds with 10 questions in the first 2 rounds and finishing on a 20 question picture round. All of the questions relate to Staffordshire, and they're suitable for children and adults alike, anyone who's got a bit of knowledge on Staffordshire. The rounds are culture and leisure and music, and then the picture round. So do your best to answer as many as you can, but most of all, have fun. When we finish, we should be finished by 8 o'clock, and you should have been recording your answers as you've gone along. So we'll require you to submit your answers by email by 8:30 p.m. tonight. And the email to submit to is protect@cprestaffordshire.org.uk. Thank you for taking part, and I'll now hand you over to Grace.
Thanks, Sue. I am aware that there's a slight lag on YouTube, so I will just wait for the PowerPoint slides to come up for everyone. And then I'll ask the first question. Okay, so round 1, question 1 in the theme of culture and leisure. So what site in Cannock used to be a hill fort and is the highest point on the chase? We'll repeat it as well. Obviously, you can all see it on the slide. So what site in Cannock used to be a hill fort and is the highest point on the chase? And we'll give you all a few minutes just to write your answers down. Have a think. See if you're playing in a team with family or friends, anyone might know this. Okay, question 2. On which building in Staffordshire can you find the kings of Mercia, Wessex, and early and medieval England represented? So on which building in Staffordshire can you find the kings of Mercia, Wessex, and early and medieval England represented? And again, we'll give you a few minutes to have a think. Question 3 of round 1. Founded in Burslem, Stoke-on-Trent in 1985 by brothers Keith and Dave Bott, which brewery makes appropriately named beers such as Steerage, Iceberg, and White Star? And I'll repeat that again. Founded in Burslem, Stoke-on-Trent in 1985 by brothers Keith and Dave Bott, which brewery makes appropriately named beers such as Steerage, Iceberg, and White Star? Question 4. When was the latest Chartley Castle built? What particularly unusual aspect still survives? Again, when was the latest Chartley Castle built? And what particularly unusual aspect to it still survives? Okay, question 5. So halfway through the culture and leisure. Hopefully some of you have been able to get a few right there, or know at least a few. But halfway now, question 5. What pottery premises is based on the Trent and Mersey Canal and is grade 2 listed? So anyone with good Stoke knowledge, what pottery premises is based on the Trent and Mersey Canal and is grade 2 listed? Give you a few minutes before we move on to the latter half of this first round. Question 6. Which famous author was given the name of a lake in North Staffordshire? Does anyone know that? So, which famous author was given the name of a lake in North Staffordshire? Question 7. So this might be a popular one, actually. For anyone that's been to Trent and Monkey Forest, a key attraction, obviously in Staffordshire. But do you know what species of primate or monkey are found at Trent and Monkey Forest? So if you've been going around there, if you've paid attention, do you happen to remember what species of primate or monkey are found at Trent and Monkey Forest? Question 8. So this is all football fans out there. Which local footballer was the first ever European Footballer of the Year and was knighted while still playing? So any football fans, do you know which local footballer was the first ever European Footballer of the Year and was knighted while still playing? Okay, penultimate question of this first round about culture and leisure. I wonder if any of you have got 8 so far, whether you'll get the 9th one. What is the original meaning of the word loggerheads? So the 9th question of this first round, what is the original meaning of the word loggerheads? I'll give you a few minutes until we move on to the final question of this first round. And the final question of this first round, culture and leisure. Any theatre lovers out there, do you know which Staffordshire theatre was Europe's first purpose-built theatre in the round? I'll repeat that. So, which Staffordshire theatre was Europe's first purpose-built theatre in the round? And that will be the final question of this first round, culture and leisure. I wonder if anyone might have got 10 out of 10 so far, or whether culture and leisure isn't quite forte. But we'll be moving on to round 2 in a minute, which is the music round. Okay. So, question 1, round 2. What was Robbie Williams' first UK #1? So, the icon that is Robbie Williams, what was his first UK #1? I feel like a lot of people might know that. Question 2. Which music event was held at Weston Park between 1999 and 2017? Maybe if there's a few teenagers who are taking part in this, they might know. Which music event was held at Weston Park between 1999 and 2017? It was a big event in Staffordshire. But do you know the name of it? Round 2, question 3. What was Lemmy's of the heavy rock group Motorhead real name? So what was Lemmy's of the heavy rock group Motorhead's real name? Question 4 of this music round. Which Burton actor is the front man of the indie band Riding the Low? So for any fans of indie music out there, do you know which Burton actor is the front man of the indie band Riding the Low? Give you a few minutes before we go on to the middle question, question 5 to this music round. Halfway now on this music round. So round 2, question 5. The Newcastle Underline singer Jackie Trent wrote the theme tune to which long-running soap opera? The Newcastle Underline singer Jackie Trent wrote the theme tune to which long-running soap opera? For all you soap fans out there, do you know which one it was? Okay, question 6. So we're past the halfway point now of round 2. Hopefully some of you have got some of the first few right. But question 6, which Stafford venue has played host to Bob Marley, the Rolling Stones, David Bowie, and Bruce Springsteen? So big, big names. Do you know which Stafford venue has played host to Bob Marley, the Rolling Stones, David Bowie, and Bruce Springsteen? Give you a few more seconds. Question 7. Which Litchfield resident needs help getting to Amarillo? I feel like this might be one people get. Question 7. Which Litchfield resident needs help getting to Amarillo? And we'll give you a minute or so just to work that out and put your answers down. Remember to keep submitting, writing your answers so you can submit them at the end. Okay, question 8. So almost at the end of this second round now, our music round. So does anyone know Glenn Hughes from Cannock was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2016, but as a member of which 70s band? So Glenn Hughes from Cannock was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2016 as a member of which 70s band? Give you a minute or so just to write your answers down, see if you can rack your brains. Okay, penultimate question for round 2, question 9. How is music hall entertainer and Forces sweetheart Gertrude Mary Asprey from Stoke-on-Trent better known? How is music hall entertainer and Forces sweetheart Gertrude Mary Asprey from Stoke-on-Trent better known? And final question of round 2. Where are the annual Forest Live concerts held in Staffordshire each summer? Some of you may have been to some of these concerts before. So where are the annual Forest Live concerts held in Staffordshire each summer? Where's the location of them? And we'll just give you a minute or so to write that last answer down. So that's the end of the first 2 rounds, the question rounds. And Sue will now just put up the picture image round. So this very final last round will be a picture round. We'll show you a Word document. We've got 4 rows of 5 images on each. We'll give you a couple of minutes per row of these 5 images. You'll be able to see the first row here. So we want you to identify either the name of the celebrity shown in the picture or the place in Staffordshire. So you'll see that there's a mixture of famous faces from Staffordshire, celebrities, and also some locations of Staffordshire. So we want you to identify the name of the celebrity or write down the location in Staffordshire in the image that you see. So basically, who are they? Or if it's a picture of a location, where is that in Staffordshire? And you can just sort of write something down like row 1, image 1, write who it is, image 2, image 3, and we'll be able to know. And we'll leave this first row up for a couple of minutes, just so you can have a good look. Try and rack your brains. Try and remember what the names are of these people or the places if you recognize it. Some of them you might not actually realise are from Staffordshire either. But don't worry if you don't get them all. Just try your best and try and put as many as you think. So row 2. Hopefully you got a few from row 1 then. So here we have row 2 now. So again, if you just have a look and write down the names of the celebrities that you see, or the locations in Staffordshire if there's images of locations. So obviously image 3 here is an image of somewhere in Stafford. So where is that? And who are the other famous faces you can see on the row? And we'll give you a few minutes again. So you might recognize them from popular culture, science, politics, law, maybe quite popular tourist spots in Stafford. Have a go. See if anyone knows. If not, just have a good go at guessing as well. You never know, you could surprise yourself. So we'll go to row 3 in a minute. Okay, so row 3 should have just come up on your screen. Again, 5 images. It's more locations this time. But name the celebrities and name the locations. So where are these places in Staffordshire? And we'll give you a few minutes again. So who are they or where are they?
So you might also like to say what the people in image 1 are doing. Some people might know what's going on there. It's a tradition that is held somewhere.
And the 4th and final row, another 5 images. So who are the 2 famous faces from Stafford? What are their names? And where are these locations that you can see as well? So as you've done for the other 3 rows, just put, row 4, image 1, where you think it is, image 2, where you think that is, image 3, who do you think that is? And write down all your answers. See if anyone knows in the team. I feel like some were easier than others. Some you may be able to identify a bit easier, but have a go. Just take a guess. And write all your answers down. And once we've finished these 3 rounds, so we've had round 1, culture and leisure, round 2, the music round, and round 3, the picture round, in a few minutes, I will hand it back over to Sue, who has a tiebreaker, just in case we've got a draw between any teams. We need to get a winner. So she'll state a tiebreaker and also just remind you again of how to submit your answers, where to submit them to, and at what time tonight. But I hope you've all enjoyed those 3 rounds. Hopefully you've been able to answer some. And I'll hand it back over to Sue.
Thank you, Grace. Sorry, just having a bit of trouble unmuting there. Right, thank you. That's excellent. Right, and I'll just reshare my screen with the finishing instructions on. So there's just a little bit of a delay. It will come up at any moment. Some of you might see it sooner than others. Share my screen back again. Sorry about that. PowerPoint seems to be having a bit of trouble going into the correct mode again. So when it comes up, if you can just ignore all the questions down the side, which you'll have already seen. It will come up eventually. I am screen sharing, but I can't. And if anyone.
There we go.
Oh.
You should see it now.
Okay, I'll see if I can get it to go into slideshow mode. It doesn't seem to want to, but you can see the main slide as well as the ones at the side there. I first want to thank you for taking part. And I didn't mention earlier the wonderful prizes that we have. We have a lovely Take a Break photograph book and lots of information about places to visit in and around Staffordshire, which is by Robert Cartwright, who is a wonderful local photographer who's done quite a bit of photography for CPRE Staffordshire. So it's very nice to be able to offer his latest book as a prize. We also have a lovely poetry book by a local poet called Cooley Coley, and she's from South Staffs, and she's very much a countryside lover, as you can probably tell from the cover of the book. And she's written quite a few poems about the countryside. She's very, very much a wildlife and countryside lover. We also have some wonderful Tony's Chocolonely chocolate from Roots Larder, a plastic-free shop off the Newport Road in Stafford. And there's also a year's free membership of CPRE Staffordshire up for grabs. I haven't really said a lot about CPRE Staffordshire at the start, but we are basically the Staffordshire group of CPRE, and we're doing what we can to protect Staffordshire's wonderful countryside and green spaces. So if you'd like to know a bit more about us, then please do visit our website at cprestaffordshire.org.uk, which is where I'll put up the quiz answers after the submission deadline this evening. As Grace already mentioned, we do have a tiebreaker. So our tiebreaker, because it's Staffordshire Day, is just for you to tell us in 10 words or less why Staffordshire is special to you. So if you just complete the sentence, Staffordshire is special to me because, in 10 or less words, and submit that at the end of your answers to the questions on an email to protect@cprestaffordshire.org.uk by 8:30 tonight, which gives you nearly an hour. There will be a recording of the quiz when we end the live streaming. The recording will be up there, so if you feel you want to have another look at any of the questions that you didn't quite catch, then you can always play back the recording and whiz through to the questions that you're not sure about. I know you're all going to be really good and you're not going to be cheating and Googling answers. So although we finished a little earlier than I expected, I'll give you until 8:30 to submit your answers as originally stated. Okay. Great. Thank you for taking part, and thank you, Grace, for being an excellent host.
No worries. Thank you. Good luck to everyone. Best of luck. I hope you all have a lovely bank holiday as well.
Yes, yeah, definitely. Get outside and enjoy the countryside.
I shall stop the stream now. Thanks.
Thank you. Bye.